92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, a lot of people waste their time trying to find love, online dating, or having friends hook them up with somebody that they think would be perfect, when everybody knows the only place to really find true love is in a crowded men's bathroom at a dirty bar. We all know that, right? And that's where Eric found the girl that he wants to call today, in the men's bathroom at a bar. What's up, Eric?
That's not entirely true.
That's what your email said.
Well, she wasn't standing in the bathroom. I was at this bar, and the girls' line was like down the hall. It was really a long line. She looked like pretty upset, so I was like, hey, why don't you use the men's bathroom and I'll watch the door?
Okay, so she did use the men's bathroom.
Yes.
And you stood guard and listened to her pee.
Yeah, I don't know about listen.
All right, so tell us more about her. I mean, your email said how you met and that she's not calling you back, but how'd your evening go with her?
Well, her name was Penny, and she was really nice, so she thanked me for watching the door for her, and I asked her if maybe she wanted a drink, so we went over to the bar and got a drink together.
Dad, you are a gentleman, and you even paid. Held the door.
Yeah, I think we got along really good, just back and forth. I asked her what she did. She asked me what I did for work and everything, which right now I'm out of work currently, so...
So you impressed her with that line.
Yeah.
What do you do for work?
I was truthful. I wasn't going to lie to her.
Okay.
That's good. It's good that you didn't say, like, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So what did you guys actually do on your date?
We didn't go on a date.
Oh. Okay. So she's not calling you back just after this one night you met her at the bar?
Yeah, exactly. So when we're at the bar, we're talking and everything, and I wanted to ask her out, see if she wanted, so I didn't know how to do it. Yeah. And we're just standing there talking and everything, and I saw this rose laying on the bar. So I grabbed the rose, and I gave it to her, and I said, hey, if you take this and go out with me, I'll get you 12 more.
Oh, my gosh. You did not just say that. Did she actually like that?
She loved it, yeah. I mean, she said yes. She took the rose.
Hey. Did she notice that you stole it from somebody else?
No, I don't think so.
All right. And so you guys, you got her number there?
Yeah, we exchanged numbers, and then we texted. It seemed real friendly and everything. And then it just started to get weird. It seemed a little more distant, so I just asked, like, what's going on? Why the cold shoulder? And then after that, I never got a response.
What do you mean it got distant?
I don't know. It was like, hey, how you doing? Like we were leading up to something, and then it just seemed like something went away. I didn't get it.
All right, so you met her this one night at the bar. You had a conversation over drinks after you helped her pee, and you liked her so much that you want to do a second date update just after that meeting?
Yeah, I liked her. I really want to go on a date with her.
How long did you guys spend together at the bar?
Half hour.
So after a half hour, you're willing to do a second date update?
Yeah, half hour's a long time. Got through a lot in a half hour. We talked about a lot. I mean, she was real pretty. Blonde hair, blue eyes. She likes sports. I mean, she seemed perfect.
Yeah, it sounds like your guys' souls really connected over those drinks. I mean, you don't really know anything about her. Are you sure she's even single?
I don't think she would have let me buy her a drink. I mean, I hope she's single.
Oh, no. Yeah. Trust me. She could be she could be like married for 40 years, still let you buy her a drink.
And give you the number.
Yeah.
All right, here's the deal, guys. Like, I never get to meet, like, I never had the opportunity, like, with someone this pretty and everything, and I feel like I'm almost there. So I really want to hook up with this girl. I really want to talk to her. I want to know what's up.
Okay, so basically she's the hottest girl that you've ever had a conversation with.
Yeah, well, I try to talk to a lot of hot girls, but this is the only one that actually talked back to me.
Nice. Hey, I completely understand then why you want to do this.
Oh, my God.
Why do you think that she's not calling you back then, or why do you think she stopped texting you?
I don't know. I mean, I thought everything went fine in the bar. Maybe she saw me grab the rose. I didn't steal it from someone. Maybe she saw me grab the rose off the bar or something. Maybe she thought that was classless. I don't know. She gave me her number.
What was the last thing that you guys said to each other?
It was really nice meeting you. I can't wait to go out, and I'll hit you up tomorrow.
And what'd she say back?
She said, thanks again for watching the restroom. That was really nice of you. So thanks again for watching the restroom while I pee. And that was it.
And that's the last thing you've heard from her?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
You know what that is? Can anybody tell me what that is?
No, go with water dripping. Water dripping.
Is the sound of a budding new romance.
like doves.
It is, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that is why Eric wants to call a girl today in his second date update. Eric is on the phone with us. He told us about how he met this girl at a bar. He met her because she was standing in line for the women's restroom. It was really long, and he was like, let me be your knight in shining armor. I'll stand guard. You can go in the men's bathroom. And then they struck up a conversation after that. They talked for about 30 minutes, but now she's not texting him back. And he wants to get a hold of her really badly. Why? Because in his own words, she's the hottest girl that's ever actually talked back to him.
So sad.
All right, Eric, are you about ready to give Penny a call and get your second date update?
Yes, I am.
And Eric, what did Penny do when you guys were talking? I forgot to ask, that gave you the indication that she was legitimately into you.
I don't know if it's anything she did. I mean, the fact that she was talking to me for a half hour and then even gave me her number when I asked for it, that seemed like a good thing.
What's your success rate usually when you ask a girl for a number?
I don't know. I'd say this went well. I don't know. They usually don't go as good as
So
good.
it's not that good
Not
usually.
good.
Okay. Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and get her on the phone and see if we can get your second date update, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, is Penny there?
this is her. May I ask who's calling?
Yeah, hi, Penny. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
I'm calling you because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you and asked if we could get a hold of you.
Well, I've never heard of your show, so I don't know anybody that would listen to it.
Well, you do actually. You know one person at least who listens to it, and he liked you so much that he wanted us to get a hold of you.
Okay, and who would that be?
That would be a guy named Eric that you met at a bar recently.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. He sent us an email and told us about how he met you and had been texting back and forth with you, really wanted to take you out on a date, but you've stopped texting him. So he asked us if we could get you on the phone and find out if something happened.
Wow. I'm not sure what you guys know about. I mean, I don't know what he told you, so.
He told us, he pretty much just told us that he met you, you were standing in line for the restroom, and then he helped you use the guys' restroom. You guys talked to the bar for about a half an hour and have been planning a date, but then you just dropped off the face of the earth. You dropped out of Eric's world and he can't stand it, Penny. So is that true? Did it really happen?
Yeah, so that's true, but he was so rude and so clueless to how rude he was that I didn't just drop off the face of the earth. There was very specific reasons why I just decided never to connect with that person again, ever.
Would you mind telling us?
Why'd you give the number if he was so rude?
I felt bad. Like, I almost kind of felt bad. I mean, this guy was never, ever going to be with a woman. I just
Ever?
don't see it.
He'll never be with a woman ever. What did he do that was so rude?
Well, after he held the bathroom door for me, I made the huge mistake of sitting down for a drink with him. He offered to buy me a drink, which I said yes to.
These all sound like nice gentleman things to do so far.
They sound really nice. They start off to be really nice, gentlemanly things to do. And then he keeps talking, and his mouth just doesn't stop moving. So he proceeds to troll every girl in line and rate her based on looks, which was really fun as another woman in that bar to sit and listen to somebody do.
So he's sitting with you and rating all the other girls in the bar.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he was bored or he thought this was a great idea, but he said, look at all those trolls standing in line, and he wanted to just, like, rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, one by one. And I didn't even get to finish my sentence, and he just starts, like, laying into him.
Did you try to interrupt him and stop him from this?
Oh, yeah. I kept asking him to talk about something else, and he was just, things like, oh, that girl, there's a 4. I mean, her eyes are too far apart. She's got hairy eyebrows and bad skin. And, like, one at a time, like, oh, she's like a straight-up garden gnome, man. Like, she's, like, short and squat. And, like, I mean, he was cracking himself up. He thought he was Mr. Funny Ha-Ha. And I don't think that he has ever had a girlfriend in his entire life because somebody would have stopped this a long time ago.
You know, he did tell us that you're the hottest girl that's ever spoke to him.
Oh, well, that is a compliment, I'm sure.
I'm surprised he said I was the hottest girl because he actually wanted to rate me as well. So
What did you say to him when he told you that?
I asked if we could not do that. I said, let's let's not do the rating thing anymore. Let's move on. Let's try to talk about anything else. Anything.
And did he give you a rating?
Oh, yeah. He gave me a rating. He was adamant. He said, nope, I'm going to hear the rating because it's a good one.
Okay. I'm guessing he's like, oh, you're a 10. Look at all those other 4s and 5s. I'm sitting next to the 10 in the bar.
You think he would because he's trying to hit on me, but no, that ass gave me a 7+.
What does a 7+ even mean?
I guess it's better than a 7, but worse than an 8. And he went on and detailed about why he gave me a 7+.
Oh.
Are you serious?
So he actually went into detail, huh?
Yeah, he wanted me to know why.
What was his reasoning?
Well, my teeth weren't perfectly straight enough, and I had a nice chest, but it could have been a little bigger.
How did you not slap this dude?
I think he's just so unaware. Like, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't help. It's never going to click with him. He's never had a girlfriend, probably never will. So, yeah, I feel bad for the guy.
Well, Penny, thank you for telling us. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was a complete nightmare with that idiot.
And I want to tell you, you know what? In my book, you're an 8-. Not even a 7+.
You upgraded her.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
You're welcome. I also want to let you know that he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's actually on the phone. Eric?
Yeah, I'm here.
Wait, are you kidding me?
Penny, you didn't find that entertaining? Making fun of the girls in line and everything? We were rating them?
That's so mean. Dude, that was so mean. I was trying to be nice to you. It was like, I felt like I was stuck with you, man. You bought me a drink. No, it was no fun. There was no fun.
Yeah, well, you were going right along with it. I thought we were having a good time.
I knew some of those girls, by the way, that you were making fun of. No, none of that was fun.
Where are you ever going to find another guy like that who would come up with a game like that? You know, I'm a good time. I'm a fun time. We do things like that.
Okay, I will hope that I never find another guy like that, and you are anti-fun. That was the most unfun thing I think I've ever done, ever.
I mean, you got the best rating out of everyone.
Wow. You're bragging about giving me a 7+? Like, out of 10?
A 7+ in that bar is like a 10, you know? All the other girls were 5s.
So I'm the best bad-looking girl at that bar, is what you're saying.
I wasn't trying to insult you. You're hot. You're beautiful. You know? I just put a 7.5 on compared to the scale we were working on.
You see, guys, listen to this. You're clueless, man. You are so clueless.
Listen, I know what women want, okay? I know what they need, and I don't know what you're talking about.
It sounds like it's Eric. She just doesn't know what she needs.
Oh, that's what
Penny.
That's right.
Would you like to go on a second date with Eric? We'll pay for it.
Absolutely not. Not ever again. I hope I never talk to you again.
No, please.
Why don't you just go find another 7+ to insult? Because I am done listening to this.
Oh, nice. Very nice. The only reason you're not going to go out with me is because you're totally frigid, and I don't need a girl like that.
Oh, my God. You are an imbecile.
Yes.
An absolute imbecile.
Well, not a successful second date update for you, Eric. Penny, thank you for sharing your story.
Yep.
Eric, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you didn't get a date.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry. I mean, I told her she was a 7+, but she was only a 5, believe me.
Oh, really?
Hey, ass. They're done talking to you. It's time for you to go now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, hey, 7 is a good rating. She must think she's Beyonce or something. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Going to talk about the second date update in just a second. But remember, if you have any legal issues that you need help with, why don't you hit up my friends at advocateslaw.com? I figure this is the perfect time to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Right before we discuss the second date update.
Makes total sense.
You pay nothing to talk to an attorney, so hit them up. Whether it's like something with your car insurance or you have a work issue, you were hurt at work and you need some help, just ask them. Advocateslaw.com. Their number's 206-512-3555. Now on to the second date update. Eric wanted to call a girl named Penny. She wasn't calling him back after they met at a bar. We got her on the phone and found out why she wasn't calling him back. It's because after they met, they were sitting there having drinks at the bar. He bought her a drink and then proceeded to rip on every single female that was in attendance at the bar. I think in hopes of being like, you're the hottest girl in here. But then he rated her a 7+. He didn't be like, you're a 10. Brutally honest, I guess.
You can't
But
give them
even
a cake
still,
right away, man.
it's
okay?
not how he thought that was a fun game for people to just put other people down. Nobody wants to participate in that, dude.
Oh, I would. I would love to do that on a date. If I could meet a girl who's just like,
Man.
hey, let's just sit here and rip on people for a while. I'd be like, I love you. You're the best. Another text in at 78592 that says, honestly, I thought he was kind of sweet.
What?
I think it'd be fun to sit and rate people. Give him my number. So some people do actually want to do that. So yeah, he just sat there ripping on everybody the whole time, and she obviously didn't want to go out with him again, so they agreed not to go out.
And I'm sure he was a real, 8+ on the scale too.
Of course.
Because the people who usually rate others are always gorgeous.
I think it's something that most dudes do. Like, we do it sometimes, but never with a girl. Like, you're supposed to...
Yeah, well, that's the whole
you
game,
guys
right?
really sit and rate women?
Well, sometimes. I don't know. I mean...
Sit and rate women, rate dudes. Just sit and look at people and judge them. That's the fun part of life. Especially when you're better than everybody else, is just sitting there and judging people.
Apparently I'm missing
I think
out.
it's just part of the whole thing where some dudes have, like, the part of their game is to insult, hey, you don't walk up to a girl and be nice to her. You gotta be like, hey, like, you look okay, like, for a chubbo.
For a chubbo.
And then apparently that's supposed to get you some points or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
because that's
hot.
hard to get when you just make people's self-esteem
So
plunge.
they agreed not to go out again. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back and hopefully find out what you did wrong.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Nothing can bring two people together like vats of blood.
What?
Oh, gross.
Like
Did I
that?
just-
Why'd
did I
you
just
say
that?
that?
Did I just say that? That's a weird comment.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
guess it'll make more sense when I explain to you where the guy who's on the phone for a second date update today met the girl that he wants to call. They met while giving blood. That's probably a better way to say it than just vats of blood.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was being unclear.
I thought we were actually going to talk to some vampires.
His name is Miles. Miles, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Not much. Thank you for your email. So it says that you met the girl you want to call while donating blood?
Yeah. Basically, I like to donate blood to my local hospital and stuff.
Okay. Was she a nurse? And every time she'd go to poke you with the needle, you'd play like, ooh, stop it, you silly.
Yeah, I wish, man. But
Guys, what is with all the nurse fantasies? Always, you guys.
Nurses are sexy.
You're not supposed to poke me. Silly.
The nurse was probably a 300-pound, 62-year-old woman. For all
Even
you guys
better.
know.
Oh,
Brooke,
man,
cut
way
it
to
out.
really fulfill that fantasy. All right. Sorry we got sidetracked again, Miles. All right. Tell us about the girl that you met.
her name's Emily, and she was also donating blood, which was kind of cool. You know?
I could see how that'd be an easy conversation starter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really hot, like nice hazel eyes and nice brown hair, and she was really cute. So I was like, you know, I did my little Mac thing, you know. I was just like, hey, so you're donating blood, you know.
Hey.
So
Wow. So
looks like you're donating some blood.
That
It's a
is-
good place to do that. Seems like you're a smart gal.
that is a Mac line if I've
Showed
ever
up
heard one.
to the right venue for that. Did you lay some sweet lines down on her like that, Miles?
Yeah, well, kind of, you know. I mean, I saw her, and she looked really nervous, and I was wondering why. And apparently it was her first time donating blood. So, you know, I wanted to smooth out with her, so I wanted to calm her down, you know, because, you know, I'm a blood donating vet. You know, I've been doing it for, like, years.
Okay.
I feel like you should have a badge for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, I calmed her nerves down. I just told her ins and outs, like, it's pretty clean and all that stuff. And that's when we started, like, clicking, and that's when we started talking. And it was really going good. So I was like, hey, afterwards, if you want, maybe we could, like, grab a cup of coffee, you know?
Okay.
And we did. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Great conversation. But, I don't know, like, she never got back to me, and I'm just curious why. You know?
So when you guys went to coffee, what did you guys talk about?
I mean, I was kind of loopy, all right? Like, I'll be honest, like, when I get blood drawn out of me, I'm just really like, ugh, you know? Like, I was kind of airy and stuff.
All right,
So
So
is
you were-
that why you enjoy giving blood so much?
You're like a zombie, I guess, is what it sounds like.
So I don't know if it's like maybe I wasn't 100% aware, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm kind of worried about that.
If you knew you were going to be woozy and kind of an idiot after you gave blood, why did you ask her to coffee to begin with?
Think about it. Like, you know, you just met somebody, donating blood, and he was like, hey, let me get your number. I mean, what's the success rate of getting called back, you know? So I figured, let me just try to sell myself to her, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Yeah.
and so do you feel like you just didn't sell yourself well, and that's why she's not calling you?
No, I think I did. I mean, like, she told me to call her back. She was like, yeah, she was really positive. She showed me positive vibes. She showed me positive stuff. I mean, she said definitely call me so we could go out on a real date.
She said that.
So you guys went out for half an hour, had coffee. It was just normal, and she said call me, and now she's not responding to anything.
Well, all right. So I've been thinking about it since then, and this is the only thing I could think of that probably was, like, a trigger or something. Okay. I was talking to her about, like, donating blood, right, and how, like, cool it is and stuff, and how, like, it's great, it's positive. But I also told her how, like, I think it's really cool, like, when you donate blood, how, like, you're watching the blood go through, like, the tubes and stuff. Uh-huh. Like, it's kind of surreal. Like, you kind of look like you feel like a cyborg or something. Like, you know, like the blood to the machine and, like...
Whoa.
And, like,
Is it weird that I kind of get that? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. When I donate blood, I think the same thing. Like, whoa, that was in my body, and now it's not, and it's going to go into somebody else's body, and that's crazy.
All right, you're both weird.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I kind of feel like an android, I think life-giving figure, you know? But it seems like she felt the opposite. Like, she kind of cringed when I brought that up. Like, ew, really? Like, if I'm some type of weird vampire dude or some stuff like that. I don't know.
So maybe you creeped her out by saying how much you like watching the blood come out of your body.
I mean, when you phrase it like that.
And how many times have you tried to call her since your little date?
Just twice. I tried contacting her. Once by calling, and then I just sent her a text, and then I stopped. It's been over a week.
Do you think maybe she could have donated all the blood in her body and
Yeah, that's it, Jubal. That's
like
good.
they took too much and she's not with us anymore?
Oh, no.
Oh, that'd be sad.
They're just like, they like literally dehydrated
Yeah.
her.
She looks like an empty Capri Sun packet. Just all the liquids are gone. She's on the floor of the place right now. Well, I hope that didn't happen.
Yeah. I
Me
mean,
neither, yeah.
All right, Miles. We'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, man, thanks.
Yeah, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Coming soon to a theater near you. Miles. Normal guy from the city, a little rough around the edges, not scared to pour his heart out or his veins either. Emily. Cute and timid and her first time at a blood bank. How would these two crazy kids navigate this world together? Who knows? In the unexpected smash hit comedy of the year. How do you spell love? We spell it with a capital O positive. That's right. It's Miles and Emily in the feel-good hit of the year, Love at First Prick. Welcome back to your second date update. If you couldn't tell by that recap, Miles is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl named Emily. They actually met at the blood bank. They were both donating blood together, and afterward they went for coffee. He says that they had a great time, but now she's not calling him back. They had coffee for about a half an hour. She left. She also said, hey, call me so we can go out again. He's tried that. It's been over a week, and he hasn't heard anything from her.
I'm actually confused on this one for you because not only did she give you like a super positive message at the end of your date, but you're a guy who obviously wasn't just out trolling for chicks at a blood bank. Like, you weren't trying to play her or anything. You're actually doing some good for the community.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. I do good things, so.
Okay.
All right.
That was to the point.
Well, we'll see if we can get her on the phone and find out why she's not calling you back. All right, man?
All right, let's do this.
Here we go. I'm going to dial her phone number.
Hello?
Hi, is Emily there?
This is she?
Hey, Emily, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from the blood bank.
No.
What's that laughing in the background?
Laughing? I don't hear any laughing. Are you feeling okay after donating blood? Because I don't hear any laughing.
Give her a break.
Now there's a woman on the phone. What's going
Yeah,
on?
there's
Emily.
3 people on the phone.
Yeah, hi.
How are you?
I'm a little confused.
Okay, that's normal. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Why are you calling me?
Well, I'm calling you because you recently met somebody. His name is Miles.
Uh-huh.
And Miles sent us an email because he told us how you guys met at the blood bank. and he told us all about having coffee after. And he said that he really liked you and he was hoping to go out again, but now you're not returning his phone calls.
Yeah, I'm not returning his phone calls. But why are you guys calling me?
Well, because Miles listens to our radio show, and we do a segment called the Second Date Update. So Miles asked for our help figuring out why you don't want to go out with him again.
Okay, I guess it's as simple as I'm not interested. I'm just not interested.
Yeah, but why would you? I mean, he sounds like a pretty nice guy.
Well, okay, honestly, like he was nice when we first interacted before we gave blood, but it just went downhill from there. And so I'm just not interested. He's just not the guy for me.
How you say it went downhill? How did it go downhill? Because according to him, everything was fine.
Well, he asked me out for coffee afterwards, and I was like, yeah, sure. So, you know when you give blood, how you've got that little cotton ball, like, wrapped around your arm?
Yeah.
So we're walking down the street, and, like, literally every single person from, like, the 5 storefronts from where we're giving blood to the coffee shop, he's like, check out my arm. Isn't that look cool? It's so great. Look, I just gave blood.
Wait, he's saying that to people that you're passing on the street or to you?
Yes, to everybody.
He's just shouting at people that he gave blood.
Right. Like, it just came off as a braggart.
Yeah.
Like, was just using every excuse to be like, look how great I am. I've donated blood.
All right.
I'm a saint.
So you don't feel like he was donating blood to actually help out? He was just donating.
Right. It was more to get attention for himself.
Gotcha. Oh, no.
It's not even that. It gets worse. So we go into the coffee shop, and he orders his coffee. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest with you, like, he paid for mine, which was nice. I'm going to give him props for that. Sure. But when the barista's like, what name can I put on here? He's like, the donator.
No.
He
did not
serious?
say that.
Yeah, and the barista's like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, the donator, and then points to his arm where the little cotton swab is, and is like, I just came from donating blood, so I'm really going to need this coffee to help get my energy up because, I need to help people.
The donator.
He had to have been, it had to have been a joke.
Well, that's what I thought. Like, I was just like, because he was kind of like going on, and so I was like, well, this is just a joke. Like, he's just doing this because he knew that I was nervous. But it, like, was relentless. Like, he's talking to all these strangers on the street. He's telling the barista to give him the name The Donator on his coffee cup.
It sounds like a superhero.
Yeah.
The Donator.
Kind of is. Jubal saving lives, maybe.
Well, clearly he thinks he's a superhero.
Yeah.
And you know what? I wonder how we talk to the Donator.
I don't
Is
know.
it like some sort of a syringe signal or something we put up in the air? I don't know.
Well, that's why I'm avoiding talking to him, because I just don't know how to talk to the donator.
Okay, well, I can tell you how to talk to the Donator, Emily, because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Are you serious?
Hi, Emily.
Yeah,
Hi.
that's the Donator.
All right, guys. Can I explain that?
Yeah,
I think everybody wants you to.
I want to hear it.
I'm doing good here. I'm helping out people. Like, I want to let people know that, I'm doing a cool deed, If I don't talk about it to everybody, how will they know to do it too? Huh? I mean, come on.
Spread the
Good
word.
question.
So it's kind of like a PSA.
Yeah, like I'm a superhero, the donator. It's kind of a joke, but it's also like, there's facts and jokes too, So just want to help people out.
Okay.
Miles, that is such a turnoff, and it's...
How's that a turnoff?
Because you're putting people in a position of then all of a sudden have to be like, wow, congratulations, way to go for being a good human being, instead of you
What's
just
wrong with
being...
that?
Because it's cocky and it's arrogant. Like,
It's confidence. What's wrong with confidence? What's wrong with confidence of, like, doing a good
confidence
deed?
and cocky. You know what? Do you remember you asking me? I will never forget this. This is so disgusting, you guys. Do you remember what you said? You asked me, where do you want your blood to go? You're like, well, I hope my blood goes to some f***ing sicko so he can turn his life around.
What?
Exactly.
Do you say
Is that not psychotic?
I don't get it. Like,
To me, it sounded like he was probably wanting to help some drug addict, and he thought that his blood would somehow morph this person into being sober.
No. See, you don't get it. I meant a sicko. Like someone who's sick out there that needs blood. I don't know. There's all these types of diseases and all these sickos out there. They need healthy blood. There's a good red-blooded American like me.
A good red blood.
oh, God.
Hey, I'm not trying to offend anybody, all right? I'm just trying to help people, all right?
Okay.
What's wrong with that, I don't get it. Because I'm trying to help people with my healthy blood. I just want to help out a sicko, okay? That's what I do. That's what I try to do. That's what I do. I help out sickos. Be healthy.
But I feel like the choice of words is not the best, Miles.
You make it sound like you have like magic blood in your veins, like this super healing, wonderful power that is above regular human beings, that your blood is so much better than anybody else's blood. And therefore, if anybody gets your blood in their body, oh my goodness, all their woes are fixed because Miles donated blood. Like,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah, I do believe that. I do have great blood. Last time I donated blood, they were complimenting me, saying that my blood was probably the best blood they had all day.
Do they actually say? I haven't been able to donate blood because I've had tattoos, but
I think so.
Do they
If you have-
compliment your
If
blood?
you have like a universal blood type, it can go to help a lot of different people.
Yeah, that's what he said. My red blood cells were through the roof. My white blood cells are amazing. So I just want to help out sickos out there, okay? Like, people need, like, good blood cells.
Emily, I gotta say, there's something kind of lovable about Miles. Really? I mean, if
Well,
if
why
you
don't
guys
you go out with him?
Well, I don't want to go out with him. I could see where the blood thing got a little obnoxious. But if you guys had met under different circumstances where he wasn't praising himself the entire time, do you think that you would have still been attracted to him?
I mean, is he even capable of not praising himself the whole time? I mean, we had this great interaction up top before we gave blood, and then it just all went downhill. And even talking to him now, it's still all about him. And it's like been 5 minutes of knowing this guy.
I think it's a lot about sickos too, personally. But
Well, hey, it's not just about me, Emily. It's also about you. You should take pride in your blood. Your blood is good. It's healthy. You're in the same boat as me. So don't act like you're better than me.
I'm not saying that I'm better than you, but I don't need to brag. You just do a good deed because that is the reward in itself.
Wait.
You don't need to get a gold
This is your
star
first
or
time
a
donating
superhero.
blood, right? It's your first time donating blood? I've donated blood, like, over 12 times.
Whoa, Miles, that's crazy, man.
he's
That's
on a
awesome.
dozen, man.
You know what, Miles? You are so right. Like, you are just phenomenal and amazing, and you only deserve the best blood to be in a woman that you're choosing to date. And I just don't have that because I've only donated one time. I'm not a 12-time donator.
You're not worthy.
Yeah.
So I'm just not, I don't think I'm the girl for you. I don't think I'm good enough for you.
Well, Emily, let's get an official answer on that
Yeah.
because I have to ask this question first. Emily, would you like to go out on a second date with Miles? We will pay for it.
You know, I just think I'm not good enough for him. So I think I'm going to have to pass.
You know what? I get you're being sarcastic. I get you're just trying to look cool on the radio, but you can't tell me we didn't have a great connection while we're talking.
No, we did not bond. We did not have good times. You had a good time fluffing your ego and talking about yourself and getting attention for donating blood. It was not good, comfortable for me at all. I was nervous, and you made things weird.
You make things weird.
I'm weird.
Oh my
I'm
God.
weird. I'm saving lives, honey. So, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592. This is honestly, if I was sick and I needed some blood, I would not want that guy's blood for fear that it would make me an arrogant a-hole, too. If you missed today's second date update, this dude named Miles wanted to call a girl named Emily. They met at the blood bank. They were actually giving blood. It was her first time. He's done it a lot. And the reason that she wasn't calling him back is after they donated blood, they're like, let's go down and get some coffee. And the whole way that they were walking to the coffee shop, he was bragging to people, just random strangers on the street, about how he just gave blood. He even asked for the barista to call him the donator when they called out his name, and he just couldn't stop bragging about how he gave blood and how awesome his blood is, and how he couldn't wait for some sicko to get his blood
That was a bug.
so that they could have his powerful blood.
It sounds like a pretty cool superpower, though.
It does.
Like the donator.
Donator. She decided that she did not want to go out with him again because he's a little arrogant.
At least he was arrogant about good things, I
Yeah,
suppose.
I mean, at least
you
he's
know?
still giving blood.
Yeah, it's not like he's arrogant about his good looks or anything like that.
Just making sure that everybody knows he
Yep.
is the donator. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person that didn't call you back. It is Friday, so that means Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week coming up in just a few minutes at 8:10.
Moving 92.5.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You remember being a little kid, you're in school and you're coloring something in your coloring book, and then you see the girl that you like.
Oh.
And you know that she's coloring something too.
Yeah.
So you walk over to her, you figure it's a good opportunity to bond over something.
Yeah.
And then you look at what she's coloring and you say to her, "That's terrible. You're the worst colorer in this class. You should stop right now. Mine is way better."
No!
Hoping that you could just break her confidence down enough so that she would like you.
That is actually how little boys do it, which
Apparently.
is strange.
That's still a thing in the adult world.
Yeah, also not surprising.
Because Jared sent us an email to do a second date update today, and apparently he met the girl that he wants to call while coloring.
What?
Jared, how do you meet a girl while coloring?
Well, my buddy Robbie told me that there was a meetup group at a local bar, and he said, we should just get wasted and start coloring. It's a great way to meet chicks. And I thought, well, okay, why not?
You went to one of those adult coloring nights.
Yeah, I mean, there's adult everything now. There's like adult camps, all these things we did when we were kids. Now, I guess my generation, we're doing it as adults, but just getting drunk, and it's a lot more fun.
I'm guessing you were the only men there.
We weren't the only men there. We may have been the only degenerates there, but there were other men there.
And did you hit on her the same way that I described? You walk up to her and just rip on her coloring abilities a little bit?
I did not rip on her coloring abilities. I saw her at the bar. I walked on over to her, and when I was getting my pint, I looked over, and she was actually drawing a pretty amazing dragon.
Oh.
This actually sounds like
Yeah.
it's more fun than I thought.
He's wasted. There's a dragon.
She was drawing this fantastic-looking dragon. I just knew this chick was an artist. She had tattoos on her and stuff. She definitely knew what she was doing.
You're like, wow, you can stay in the lines, ma'am. And that is a turn on to me.
So how'd you strike up a conversation with her?
Well, I looked over to her and I said, "That's a nice dragon you've got there." and she looked at me a little funny, and I said, "Could you help me out? I'm not as good of an artist as you." So I asked her if I could borrow her purple. I ran out.
What?
Nice.
You asked to borrow a crayon?
So you took her purple crayon home with you.
No, I didn't take it home. I don't want to get arrested or anything. I didn't want to steal from this girl right away.
Not right away. Eventually you'll steal something from her, but not right now.
Eventually.
You guys sound like, you sound like you were pretty drunk.
Yeah.
Was she as
Oh,
well?
I was. She was nowhere near as drunk as I was. She was maybe a little tipsy, but she was okay. She was more of a lady than I was a gentleman.
Okay. Did it seem like she liked you a lot, though?
It did. I mean, when we first started talking, it seemed like we were really hitting it off very well, and eventually I asked her if she wanted to go to a different bar that wasn't coloring. Then we could actually talk and get to know each other, and we went, and
Wait, that night you guys did, or you went on a date later?
that night we went out, we went to a different bar.
Oh,
cool.
nice. And how was the other bar?
By the time we got to the second bar, we started talking about her job, what she does for a living, and maybe she was weirded out by the fact that I really liked that she's a glass blower. I mean, how many glass blowers do you know? I was really excited about it.
I don't know any glass
That's
blowers.
cool. I don't know any either.
Yeah, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, and maybe I talked about it for too long or something.
Did you get too excited about it?
Creepy.
I mean, I was talking to her about blowing glass, and I may have said like an offhanded remark about how good of a blower she is, or
Oh,
something
God.
like that. But
All right.
it was
Yeah.
a joke, though.
Yeah,
All right.
she doesn't hear that all the time.
I'm sure she does. I was just trying to be cute.
Did you guys hang out all night?
We hung out for probably a good 3-4 hours. We probably left around midnight.
Oh, wow.
That's
And
really good.
it wasn't a hookup, though.
No, I asked her if she wanted to do anything else or go back to maybe my place or something, and she said, no, maybe not now, but give me a call sometime.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
so
good.
Now, you're retelling this story and you keep bringing up the fact of how wasted you were. Do you think you have an honest portrayal of how the night really went?
Oh, definitely. I remember exactly what happened. I was a little too drunk at the first bar, but then by the time we got to the second bar, I thought, you know what, this girl's really cute. I should probably slow down and sober up so I can remember everything she's saying.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
responsible.
Never heard
That
of
is-
Yeah,
anyone
never happened in my life. Anytime I've been drunk around a girl that I thought was cute, I'm like, I better get drunker so I can
Yeah.
be smooth.
Smooth like jagged rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with you, Jared. So, have you reached out and talked to her since that night?
I have. I've tried to call her a few times. It's been about, I'd say, a little over a week.
Okay.
since that date, and I've tried to call her a bunch of times, and she always makes up some excuse, and I figured I could use some help with this. I really like her, and I want to talk to her again.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, thank you, guys.
Yeah, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
As the old saying goes, the way to a woman's heart is by making off-color remarks about her job. So Jared is on the phone for a second date update, and he's obviously confused why he's not getting a call back from a girl named Layla. They met at an adult coloring night at a bar, and they hung out for a little while. He thinks he's probably not getting a call back because he made a rude remark about her job. She's a glass blower by trade. And so he made a joke about that, and I'll let you use your imagination as to what he was talking about. Again, she's a glass blower, and he made a joke.
We get it.
And so he thinks that she didn't like that, and that's why she's not calling him back. We're about to get her on the phone. Jared, you ready?
Yes, sir.
And I didn't hear, Jared, after you made the joke and it obviously fell flat, did you apologize?
She just, changed the subject. I didn't feel a need to apologize. I felt like we should move on.
Okay.
Right. You didn't keep going back to it, though, did you?
Did you hear me, though?
I don't think so. She moved on to something else. We started talking about her tattoos.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her to answer and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you.
Yep, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Layla, please?
Yeah, this is she. Can I ask who's calling?
Sure you can.
Okay, who's calling?
Oh, Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
It's always funny to me.
What's all that?
That is Brooke and Jose and me, Jubal,
We're
from
all
Brooke and
here.
Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Still not
What's
putting
going
it
on?
together, are you?
What's going on?
Well, I'm calling you today because we actually got an email about you from one of our listeners. His name is Jared.
Okay.
And Jared told us about the night that you guys met.
Did he?
Yeah. And he said that
It just
he
gets
really
weirder.
liked you, and he's been trying to get a hold of you for a second date, but you keep saying you're busy.
Yeah, he called me last night, and I ignored his call.
Yeah. He said that you've been ignoring all of his calls. Is there a particular reason?
It just wasn't what I thought it was. Could you just tell him you didn't reach me or something?
Well, I mean, can you give me anything specific that I can tell him? He did. Look, he told us that you're a glass blower, right?
Oh, yeah, he mentioned that?
Yeah, he did. Great job, by the way. That's really cool. But he said that he also made a really bad joke about blowing things.
Oh.
And he thinks that that's the reason you're not calling him back.
I mean, among other things.
Was it, I mean, that was bad. It made me roll my eyes. Did he just come off kind of like a bro?
I mean, yeah, he was just really immature. That joke, whatever, probably 90% of the people that find out what I do make that joke, and then we move on.
Right.
But, I don't know. It got weird.
Well, what do you mean immature?
Okay, so he told you about all the coloring? That was a coloring night at the
Yeah,
bar?
he said you were really good at it.
I am good, and I love it. It's relaxing to me. It's something that brings me joy. And we, at one point later in the night, traded coloring books to look at each other's work. And I'm going through his and come across, a deer with female parts drawn onto it.
Oh, that's good.
So,
Well, I would go with other female parts, Jose.
well, what are we talking about? What parts were drawn on it?
Why do you guys need to know the specifics?
I don't know. You're right. It's funny.
I'm not going to tell you. You can use your imagination.
So it was basically
I don't wanna paint a picture.
a deer-human hybrid that he had drawn.
Yeah, a very inappropriate one.
Okay.
In a children's coloring book. And I started flipping to the next page, and every single cute, cuddly animal, I kid you not, had some sort of inappropriate addition.
That's awesome. You didn't find that funny? I would have laughed.
I mean, yeah, 10 years ago, but I enjoy coloring. It really, it means something to me. I'm an artist, and, sorry, I'm not interested in dating a 12-year-old boy.
Maybe he thought you would think it was funny, too, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, he kept looking over at me like, isn't this hilarious? As he's like going through my drawing. Like, it was so.
Every single page that he's done it to, he's like, oh man, this one, it's the same joke as the last page, except this one's on a rabbit. The other one was a beaver.
I kid you not. He said to me at one point, hey, look at this giraffe. Guess what's longer than its neck?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding.
I still don't get it though, because he said that you guys hung out for like 3 or 4 hours that night. Like, why?
I mean, we did. It's not like there was anybody else there. Like, we were drinking and laughing and having fun. Like, I don't know. Honestly, it just wore on me. Like, over the course of the night, he kept calling me the glass blower. Like he was British. I don't even know. He was so excited that I was a glass blower and thought it was so, like, medieval or whatever, and just... It was so obnoxious, you guys.
Okay. Well, I have some news for you, glassblower. Jared is actually on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Oh, my God. Are you guys serious?
Yeah. Jared, you there?
Yes, I am here. And hello to you, glass blower.
He's not stopping with it. Jared, she didn't like that you kept calling her that. I wouldn't continue it.
Come on. She thought it was funny. She laughed every time I called her glass blower.
It made me laugh, but I don't know if for the same reasons.
I mean, honestly, dude, it was really obnoxious. I was laughing more at my life and the circumstances that brought me to that moment.
You could have fooled me. You seemed like you were enjoying yourself. After all those drinks I was buying, you seem like a really condescending I have to tell you.
Whoa!
Wow. I mean, did you not wonder why I kept needing another drink? Like,
Jared, that was intense, man. Why are you name calling all of a sudden?
Because I was doing a nice thing. I was taking this girl out to another bar, and we were having a good time. And now she's saying that I'm acting like a 12-year-old, and that you didn't even ask about any of those things. You just laughed along, and on the inside, you hated my drawing.
Jared, in her defense, what is she supposed to ask you about drawing genitalia on woodland creatures?
If it was so offensive to you, why didn't you say anything? Not to mention, half of those were my buddy Rob's anyway, which you didn't even care to ask about.
Oh,
he's offended.
Well, who's defensive about the drawings?
Like for me or Rob.
I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't know that half of them were your buddy Rob, but like the second I saw them, it became pretty clear to me that you were not somebody I could have a conversation with. And like,
Well,
what else
then
am I
why
gonna
did
do?
you continue to have a conversation with me for the next 4 or 5 hours?
Well, I wanted to be out that night. It was my one night out a week, and like, whatever. It was fine, but I don't want to pursue it again. You know what I mean? I just don't feel like seeing you again, which is why I avoided your calls, and now I'm on the radio. Like, what are you thinking?
Wow, my God. I thought you were way more fun than this. I guess sober you are just obnoxious to be around.
Wow.
Jared, how can you not own up to any of that? Like showing a girl a bunch of boobs and other parts and then glass blower joke, like the whole thing is pretty obnoxious.
God, you too? What is it with you guys? We were getting wasted at a bar and coloring in coloring books. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah!
No, this is serious stuff, Jared.
Well, apparently, for the girl that has Tolstoy written on her arm, it must be pretty serious.
Listen. All right. It sounds like what you need is some 21-year-old co-ed who's going to go do shots off of you at a bar, and like maybe you guys can color on each other with markers or something. That's just not something I'm interested in, okay?
You should be dating some 50-year-old college professor with erectile dysfunction that wears nothing but tweed jackets every day.
Great. If I can have a conversation with him, I'm set.
Oh my God.
All right, well, it looks like you two have figured out your type at least, but I still have to ask the question. Layla, would you like to go on a second date with Jared? We will pay for it.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, you sure?
Oh, shocker.
It sounds like you were right on the fence.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I hope to never see him again unless, like I need some boobs put on the glass I blew.
You know what? This really was eye-opening to me. I don't need to date this girl ever again. Thank you guys for doing this for me. I guess I just need a college girl that has no brains in her head at all, right?
Yeah, please, enjoy. Just don't call me anymore, okay?
I will, glass blower woman. Enjoy your life. Glass blower woman. Glass blower
you're
woman.
very witty. Thank you so much for gracing us.
You are the glass blower woman.
Yes,
Blow
okay.
away.
Thank you so much for your wit.
Glass blower!
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text message in at 78592 says, OMG, that dude is hilarious. I totally would go out with him. Another one that says, I have a great sense of humor, and that guy is annoying.
Yeah,
of course, that's
totally.
about today's second date update. Jared wanted to call a girl named Layla. They met at an adult coloring night at a bar. People are doing that now where you go and color. And she was a glass blower. That was the thing that impressed him the most.
You can't even say it normal anymore because of him.
Apparently, he loved the fact that she was a glass blower so much that he kept saying it over and over again. That was really annoying. But the reason that she really didn't want to go out with him was she looked at his coloring that he did that night, and he didn't really color anything. He just drew genitalia on all the pictures, him and his buddy, and she thought he was immature.
Well, it's funny if you're hanging out with your drinking buddy. It's not funny if it's a guy that you want to date.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Somebody else texted in at 78592 said, I just want to see his pictures.
Yeah.
I do too, actually. I'm really curious. Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for a second date update today says that she went dancing on her first date with the guy that she wants to call. She said they went to a dance class. Didn't specify which kind, so I'm assuming probably out there learning all the new dance moves that the kids are doing out at the clubs, like the foxtrot and the Lindy Hop and the Charleston Chew.
Yeah, that's one.
Is that right, Denise? Is that what you hip cats were out there doing?
No, it was salsa.
Cutting the rug?
Like how she's like, no, you idiot. We were just taking salsa classes.
Salsa
okay?
class. Okay, that's a little more boring than what I
that's
thought.
Too bad.
All right, so yeah, it says that you guys went. So you took a salsa class with the guy you want to call today, huh?
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Mark.
Mark. And how did you meet Mark?
We actually met on a dating site.
Were you both already interested in salsa, and that's how you guys linked up?
No, it kind of came about randomly because we were sort of bonding and joking about our past dates and how boring they were, like the usual dinner, whatever, movie, boring thing that never really works out to like a second date. So we kind of were like, if we went out, we would do something totally fun, and salsa dancing is what we came up with.
We would learn the dance of love. Was it fun?
Yeah, I mean, it was super fun. We decided to meet up like a half hour before across the street at a bar, and
Good
we
choice.
had a couple of drinks. We laughed a lot, and, you know, he was really funny, and we had a great time. And we went in to do the dancing, and we were horrible. Like, we were both really bad.
Yeah.
Which could be awesome. I mean, if you're both laughing at yourselves during the whole thing, like, it could really be attractive.
Yeah, exactly. And he had this really great laugh, too, and awesome, like, hair, too, that I just wanted to touch the whole time. But anyway.
Hair. Okay.
Are you the creep that was smelling his hair the whole time?
It was just, like, really, like, soft and fluffy. I don't know. It was
That's we get. You know, we do a lot of these second date updates. We rarely have women fawn over a guy's hair, so he must have a fantastic haircut.
It was just like the right amount of curl, you know.
Do you like his personality at all, or was it just the hair that did it for you?
Oh, no. Yeah. No, he was great. His personality was awesome. He was really sweet and just, like, made me laugh. I mean, like I said, when we were dancing, we were so bad, and we just made each other laugh the whole time. It was great.
And even though you're bad, I mean, there's still a lot of physical contact in dancing. Was there good chemistry between you two?
I thought so. I mean, it wasn't, like, super mushy romantic, you know, like there wasn't, like, this huge spark, but at the same time, I feel like we were kind of just distracted by the fact that we were salsa dancing and we sucked.
It's probably hard to be romantic and make a lot of eye contact when you're trying to count in your head.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10. It's just when you're awkwardly trying to dance, I can understand that. Did you guys do anything other than dance together?
I mean, we danced and then, you know, we went home pretty much right after that, I think it was, like, said goodnight. And that was the sort of weird thing about it. It was like, I was totally down for a kiss, you know, on the first night, but he just gave me a hug.
Did he make any plans with you to see you later? Like, we got to take another class because we're so bad.
I think we kind of were like, oh, yeah, let's meet up again, you know, sort of that casual thing that you do. But, you know, we had talked a lot on the website, so I guess I kind of assumed, too, like we were going to follow up.
You said he gave you a hug at the end. Was it the kind of hug where it's like he moves slow, or was it the kind of hug where he was just like done and didn't want to see you again hug?
I should have like really paid attention to that. I guess I was probably too busy like just wanting to kind of grab his hair and touch his hair. So I just went in for the hug, and it was like a hold and release. It was a hold and release.
A hold and release. Okay, so that could be just a moving slow hug. Then you didn't ask him for like a lock of his hair or anything, because that would have scared him off.
No.
Is there anything awkward that you could think of?
I guess just like I was totally expecting a kiss. Like there was a couple moments, even like when we were dancing, that I thought, like when we, you take breaks and you listen to the teacher or whatever. I thought that he was going to kiss me, but he totally didn't. He was just like leaning in to like say something funny. So that was kind of awkward, but nothing huge,
How long has it been since your date?
Let's see, 2 weeks.
2
maybe?
weeks. And have you talked at all?
No, I sent him a couple of text messages or whatever, but I haven't gotten any response.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update and find out if something happened, okay?
Thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Today's second date update is brought to you by passion. Yes, the kind of passion that comes with salsa dancing. The hips gyrating back and forth and the fast-paced movement of your legs, creating eye contact and love that only two people can share when they salsa dance. Passion. Find it online or somewhere, anywhere. Denise went salsa dancing on her first date with a guy named Mark, but Mark is not calling her back. That's why she's on the phone today to do a second date update. Denise, anything you want to say to us before we call Mark?
No, I guess not. I'm nervous.
You're nervous right now? Are you nervous he's going to say something bad, or what are you nervous about?
No, I mean, I guess I just hope he's not too embarrassed, but whatever, he'll get over it.
Not too embarrassed being on the radio and a second date update?
Yeah.
Or too embarrassed because we know he's a crappy dancer?
We do know that.
The radio thing, yeah.
Okay. All right. And if you're just tuning in for the second date update, they went salsa dancing. They had a fun night. At the end of the evening, he just gave her a hug when she wanted a kiss, but she's really not sure what happened. So let's find out right now by dialing his phone number and getting him on the phone, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah, this is Mark.
Hey, Mark, how are you? My name is Jubal.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Mark, I don't know if you know who I am or not. I host a morning radio show. It's called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
What's going on?
Well, I'm actually calling you today because one of our listeners sent us an email about you.
Okay.
Her name is Denise, and you guys recently went salsa dancing together.
Whoa. What?
Yeah. It's a segment we do on our show. It's called the second date update. So if somebody goes out on a date and then they get blown off, they ask us to get that person on the phone and ask why. So Denise wants to know why you're not calling her back.
Oh, my God. She called a radio station?
Yes, she did.
I knew this was a bad idea.
You knew what was a bad idea? Going out with Denise?
Well, sort of. I feel guilty. There's just like really no future for she and I, I think.
Why do you say that?
Look, I'd really rather not like get into it, but if you talk to her or whatever, definitely tell her she's cool and great, but like nothing's going to happen.
So you thought she was cool and great, but there's no future between you two, for sure.
Yeah.
Can you give me anything more than that?
I don't know.
You said just a second ago that you feel guilty.
Yeah, it's just that she's probably not the only girl that like feels that way, and
What do you mean?
it's just that she there have been a lot of sort of one and done kind of dates that I've been on recently with like a bunch of different girls, and
So you're dating around a lot?
No.
What do you mean, no? You just said that you're taking lots of girls out on dates and not calling any of them back. I mean, that's fine.
They're not like dates. I mean, it's not like it's
How is
what are
salsa
they,
dancing
then?
not a date? That sounds exactly like a date.
Well, even from the get-go, like from even beforehand, I don't plan on calling any of them back. Like,
So why go on dates then?
they're not dates. I mean, they're not dates. I use the sites. Well, all right. Basically, I'm married.
What?
Whoa!
What did you just say?
I'm married. I'm very happily married.
You are not obviously very happily married if you're on a dating website going out on dates that you refuse to call dates.
Like, I promise you that my wife and I are very much in love, and I'm not cheating. Like, I don't kiss any of these girls. I don't hook up with them.
You're just lonely or something, and you want companionship when your wife's at work or something? Like, what's...
No. So my wife and I, our 5-year is coming up, right?
Your 5-year anniversary?
Yeah, our 5-year anniversary. So I had this whole idea that I wanted to do this big surprise for her where basically I've been going out and I've been taking dancing lessons with different women. And these girls are helping me practice, essentially. They're like dancing partners.
You are so full of crap, I can't even believe it. You're trying to tell us that you're just learning how to dance by being on a dating website.
It's kind of smart.
Yes.
You're such a... Oh, my God, I want to cuss so bad.
Honest to God, it's the truth. Look, I mean, I start talking to these girls, whatever. I only go with people that I think I would have a good time with. And then, we go out, we dance, and half the time I even tell them what I'm up to.
So why not tell everybody? Why not just go, hey, I need a partner to dance with because I want to learn to dance for my wife for our anniversary?
Because it's about my wife. It's not about bringing somebody else in on the thing. Like, I'm not trying to include some girl in my 5-year thing.
Why are you on a dating
God,
website?
I'm so frustrated.
Because it's an easy way to meet people. It's people who are willing to go out and have fun.
No.
They want to engage with somebody. And, I could put up some ad on Craigslist, but I might get some creep or some, weirdo.
What are you talking about? You can go to a dancing studio and they find a partner for you.
Well, I've been to classes before where they have an odd number of people, and I just end up standing in the corner, dancing by myself.
So would you say it's accurate that you're faking going on dates then?
No. Because I don't think that there's anything that I'm doing on the date that is anything that would lead these girls to believe that there's a romantic thing.
Okay,
yes, every person on a dating website thinks that there's going to be a romantic thing. That's why they're on the dating website, dude.
Look, I'm telling you, these girls have really fun times. I have a really fun time. I'm not a jerk. I don't treat them poorly. And in my opinion, I think what I'm doing is way better than what most of these guys are doing on these apps and on this stuff anyway, where they're just trying to get hookups. On my profile, too, it doesn't say I'm looking for a relationship. It says I'm just looking to have fun.
So what should I tell Denise then? Oh, hey, sorry, he's married?
If you're going to talk to her, I would hope that you would include that I thought she was really great, and I hope that she can, I'm sure she's going to find a really great guy because she was really cool.
Well, you could actually talk to her because she's actually on the phone listening.
Yeah, you are a liar and you're crazy.
Yeah.
You need mental health.
What is going on here?
Denise is actually on the phone listening, so she's heard this entire conversation.
Yeah, ass. You used me.
Used you?
You made me believe that you were taking me out on a date. You made me believe that.
Well, if you think back on the conversation, I didn't allude to us dating or anything like that. There was never...
Are you
and I was
kidding me?
Yeah,
it's a dating website. Every conversation you have on a dating website is alluding to you dating. What do you think the point is? Just to be friends? Yeah, I don't just talk about hooking up with a guy the entire time. You're trying to get to know each other. There's so much more to it. You're crazy and you're a complete asshole. Thanks for ruining my dating experience.
Look, you are pinning this all on me, and this is not my fault, okay? If you had asked me at all, I would have been totally upfront with you. If you had just said, hey, are you seeing other people? Are you, what's your deal? Are you married? I would have totally been yes, I am married. I love my wife.
Oh my God, it's so
That is ridiculous. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So dumb.
Yeah, well, other girls asked, and I told them, so...
So there you go.
What?
What are you going to tell your wife? That, oh, honey, just for you, I signed up for a dating website, and I have been going out with random women learning how to dance.
Well, I'll probably, won't tell her that part of it, but what I will say is that I took 4 months of dance classes for her. That I went and spent all this time and energy trying to do something romantic.
Hey, I have to ask the question no matter what. So, Mark, would you like to go out on a second date with Denise? We'll send you guys out again for another salsa dancing class or something.
I need to take more classes, so,
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. I mean, now everything's out in the open, and it'd be, like friends going for a dance class.
Oh.
I think Denise would rather kill you.
I hope your wife leaves you, seriously.
So is that a no?
Yeah, I think that's a very strong no, Mark. Thanks for your time, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck on your dance classes, okay? I hope your wife loves it.
Thank you. I think she will.
All right, and Denise, there you go. That's why you're not getting a call back.
Well, I'm glad I found out, at least.
Well, you should have asked to begin with, apparently, Denise.
Apparently, yeah. For now on, I'm going to ask every date I go on, are you married? Are you just here to fake some bullshit for your wife?
Yep, I think that's a good idea.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, see, that second date update is proof. Never do anything to try to impress your wife because no matter what you do, you'll always lose.
Oh, man.
Talking, of course, about the second date update from today. This girl named Denise wanted to call a dude named Mark. They met online. They were going out. They went out to a salsa dancing class, had a fun time, and all of a sudden he just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Well, it turns out Mark has been dating a lot of women off of this website and taking them to salsa classes.
Yeah.
And he doesn't actually think that they're dates. He's just going with these women so that he can learn to dance salsa to surprise his wife for their anniversary.
Yeah, never mind the fact that he doesn't tell anybody that he's married or that he leads them on.
Well, that's not true. He said that there was one girl that asked if he was married, and he was honest, and he said, yes, I am married, and I'm doing this for my wife. Other than that, he's just duping girls into going on dates so that he can have dance partners because he can't do it with somebody that he already knows because they might tell his wife. And so he's basically going on dates with women to learn salsa for his wife.
That is the most elaborate excuse for cheating I've ever heard in my life.
But he's not cheating.
He's not cheating.
He's cheating. Going on a date with someone else is cheating, you guys. It doesn't matter if there's a physical...
I don't know. I mean, he's not calling them back. He's not carrying on a relationship. He's just going out, doing some dance lessons, and then going home. He didn't do anything with her at the end of the night. Didn't even pretend that they were going to go on another date.
And not telling his wife about it, and not telling her how he learned how to salsa dance.
She should be flattered that her husband's hot
that's
enough
what it is.
to get all these dates for
Of course,
her.
you're
It's like, you know how much work it is to plan all these dates and go out with people to learn to dance? And a text in at 78592 that says, OMG, I think I danced with Mark once. We took a class. He stepped on my foot and broke my toe. Not mad. Just saying his wife should watch out. Another text in at 78592 that says, hey, Marky boy, for your next anniversary, just do what most of us guys do. Throw some jewelry at her and call it a day. See? Just proof. Stop putting in the effort, guys.
Right?
All right?
That is...
You're just going to get you in trouble.
Uh-huh.
All right, remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update is a little different from the normal ones. Kaylee, who's on the phone with us right now, actually got a call back from the guy that she went out with. His name is Luke. Kaylee, tell us a little bit about Luke first.
Hi, you guys.
Hi, Kaylee.
How's it going, Kaylee?
Dish on Luke, Kaylee.
Tell us a little bit about Luke.
I actually met him on Facebook.
Uh-oh.
He just randomly friended me one day, and we started flirting and IMing, and then I met him on this date.
Did he actually look like his profile, or did you get
He
catfished?
was pretty close, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
It wasn't an elderly woman that showed up. It was actually the guy that you thought it would be. What did you guys do on your date?
It was fun. We went to this arcade place, and they had billiards, darts,
and so it was like competitive and cute and drinking games. We even had some like kissing bets, like if I won or if you won, you kiss him. It was fun. It was cute.
God,
So-
Jose's the only one that I know that dates this way. That's the only reason I'm worried for you about
you-
this Luke fella.
You mean Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah, this is 100%
Yes.
like how I meet every girl on Facebook.
Now,
only
now,
hesitation I have.
Kaylee, your second date update is a little bit different because you actually did talk to Luke on the phone, right?
He called me the day after the date.
Okay.
Like right away. I didn't have to wait. But he was calling to tell me that he had a family emergency come up and that he had to go out of town for a while, but that he like had a great time and then he wanted to see me again.
That's really nice.
And that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, maybe he's still out of town. Have you thought about that?
Yeah.
Well, I've called him, and sometimes it's his voicemail, and sometimes it just rings and rings. It's been 2 weeks, and I haven't heard anything.
What was his last Facebook status update, Kaylee? Don't lie to me.
He has completely disappeared from Facebook. It's so crazy because he was on there quite a bit, and then nothing since he said he had this family emergency. Absolutely nothing.
He's probably blocked you from seeing certain things.
Oh, come on, you
Think
guys.
about that.
No. We need to stop
Okay.
being so cynical.
So you've tried to call him a few times and it goes to voicemail. Does it go to voicemail like he's sending you to voicemail?
It goes to voicemail after like ringing for a while, and then sometimes it just rings and nothing. And I've tried a few times, probably a few too many.
How many?
Okay, maybe that's it.
How many, Kaylee?
A few times a day. A lot of times I'm not sure if his phone is working or not. So I'm really sincerely just checking
Kaylee.
in.
Oh, no, honey.
You should not be calling him that much.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, just start dialing our number instead if it's turning into that much of an addiction, okay?
Are you at least blocking your number when you call him?
No, I'm not blocking my number.
Oh, God.
No. Okay, well,
20 missed calls at least.
maybe he'll answer when we call from this number.
I hope so. I don't know if I hope he does. I'm scared.
All right, Kaylee, we're going to play a song, come back, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I think that I know why Kaylee kind of screwed up.
She screwed up.
Yeah, Kaylee,
Screwed up.
I do. I think I figured it out because the dude that you went out with, Luke, called you after the date, like the day after, and said, hey, I got some family emergency. I'm going to be gone for a little while. I think maybe he was telling you the truth, but I feel like you called him so many times in the last 2 weeks that you scared him
I
away.
didn't call him right away. And plus, like, you call and make sure somebody's still, like, alive. I don't know. I was more worried than anything.
Yeah, but it was only 2 weeks. He said he had a family emergency. Maybe he really did, and then you had called him at a bad time, and then you kept calling over and over and over again. He's like, I can't deal with it. That's what I think happened.
I'm actually with Jubal on this one. Really? Which is really rare, Kaylee. But, man, and you got to feel bad if it's a real, true family emergency and you were bugging him. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I was more concerned than bugging, but
All right.
okay.
Okay, are you ready to give him a call? See if he answers the
Let's
phone?
do this.
All right, hang on.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Luke, please?
No, he's not here.
This is not Luke?
No, this is not.
Is
Who's
this 206-347?
Yeah, this is Luke's phone, but Luke is not here. Who am I speaking to?
My name is Jubal. I'm from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on the radio station Moving 92.5. How are you?
I'm all right.
Who is this?
This is Bobby. I'm his brother.
Oh, you're his brother.
Yeah. Is there a message you want me to give to him?
Yeah, this is kind of weird. So is he around at all?
No, he's not.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. Is there something I can help you with?
Well, I'm calling because there was somebody that emailed us that went on a date with him. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. Basically, if you're interested in somebody and they don't call you back after a date, we call them for you. So that's why we're calling looking for Luke.
Okay, well, I don't know who this person is, but I think it's probably best to just let them know that Luke he's not going to be available for a while.
Is he all right? Like, did something happen to Luke? Because, okay, the girl that he went out with is concerned about him, and she's been trying to get a hold of him.
Okay, well, I understand that, and, that's nice to hear. I don't know if you can relay the message back to her that he's not going to call her back.
What?
You can't give me another number or something?
I mean, if you want to call it county jail, you can do that. But
What? Jail?
Are you saying so? Luke is locked up right now?
yeah, he's in custody.
What did he do?
Listen, I mean, what didn't he do? I'm not going to get into all that. So it's his own thing. So
He's in jail?
he's in jail.
Hey, what's your name, man?
What's that?
What's your name?
My name is Bobby.
Bobby, hey, we actually have the girl Kaylee on the other line, hoping to talk to Luke. Can you tell her? Like, will Luke be calling her back in 5 to 10, 25 to life? Like, how long?
Just give a time frame.
Honestly, I don't really know. I probably shouldn't be speaking about his case, but he had a few outstanding warrants, and then one thing led to another, and he had to turn himself in.
A few warrants.
My God.
How long has he been locked up?
2 weeks.
Okay.
About.
So the urgent family matter wasn't necessarily something to do with anybody else, just maybe.
You're your own family.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's okay. Kaylee, do you have a message you'd like to send to Luke on the inside?
Wait, who is? I'm Kaylee. Who are you? You dated Luke?
Well, I didn't date him, like, plural. We had one date, and it was really good. And then the next day he called and he was like, oh, my gosh, family emergency. I'll call you as soon as I can. And then I didn't hear back from him.
Right.
His phone's been weird. So I was just curious because we had a really good time.
Honestly, I don't. You didn't mention anything to me, but so what? How do you know him? How what do you do?
Man, he just, like, randomly found me on Facebook. Does he do that a lot? Does he do that?
I mean, I don't really know how many people he's met on Facebook, but so wait a minute.
Well,
You guys only went on one date then, right?
Yeah, one date.
So I don't know what he told you he did, but he was working a minimum wage job, and I mean, I'm a firefighter, and I take care of myself pretty well. So
Firefighter.
Could just throw
Nice.
throw that fact out there. Randomly. All right then.
You're a firefighter?
Oh, God.
What's up, hero? We were drinking beer on our date, so, like, he didn't, like, wine and dine me. We went out and we had, like, cheap beers and played pool.
Come on, you need to have that's not a man date. Like, a guy needs to take you on a real date.
What's a real date? Like dinner?
I don't know, like, you got to sit down and have dinner, get to know one another. Just sounds like, it sounds like, Luke, it sounds like he just took somebody bowling. Like, that's the stuff he was doing back in high school.
I don't know. It was a little more flirtatious than bowling. I don't know.
I think this is more flirtatious than bowling.
Yeah, is this really happening right now?
Can I ask you guys a question? Bobby, would you be interested in going out with Kaylee?
What?
Your brother only went out on one date with her. We will pay for it.
Brothers in jail.
I mean, the girls that Luke has dated in the past, he's dated some cute girls. So, I mean, if you're like any of the girls that he's dated before, I mean.
What kind of brother are you?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Hey, he's locked up. What are you going to do? He's got to take care of his, the girls that he's dating. Somehow they're going to get lonely.
I bet this brother even turned him in. Like, you're ratting him out and taking his women?
Bobby, do you have any court dates or anything that we should know about?
No, I'm free and clear.
Nice.
Are you the hotter brother, Bobby?
Oh, yeah.
My family says I am, so, I've always been the cute one is what they said, so.
All right, well, Bobby, would you like to take Kaylee out on a date? Your brother won't know about it.
Oh.
I'm down with it. Kaylee, sounds like you deserve to be wined and dined after this experience.
Oh, my God.
Are you a wine and
I'm
diner?
serious. I mean, it's the least I could do to sort of say, we're sorry for this unfortunate circumstance.
Say we're sorry?
Yeah, he's standing up for his brother.
I mean, I'm kind of down for it.
Hopefully they are not playing this in the jail yard right now.
This is awesome.
Dude, your brother must have some really bad karma.
Oh, my God.
I think it would be fun.
I think it'd be fun. Well, congratulations, you guys. You got a first date out of our second date update. I'll put you guys on the phone so you can get it all figured out. Okay, Bobby?
Cool.
All right, tell your brother to stay strong.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
It might seem crazy. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today took the girl that he wants to call on a really cool date.
Oh, awesome.
If it was 1982. And then, actually, after reading his email and hearing about his date, I don't even know if it would have been cool in the 80s.
What?
We'll talk to him about that in just a second. But first, his name is Sean. And Sean, before we get into what you did on your date, where'd you meet the girl that you want to call today?
I met her at a bar.
Okay.
She came in with a few friends, and the obnoxious man in our crew broke the ice and opened it right up for me.
Nice. Yeah, you don't sound like the obnoxious person in your crew. You sound like the barely awake person in your crew.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. I didn't know if he was trying to use sexy voice with us or if you are like literally still lying in bed.
Both.
Oh, okay.
right.
I like him.
So
Wow.
your buddy opened up
was
the
a lot.
conversation. And what was her name?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Okay.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your first encounter with Sarah.
We just talked a little bit, and the music at the bar was kind of funny. Some was kind of tacky. Some was kind of cool. Some 80s stuff, some 90s stuff, and we just were just having a laugh and talked a little bit about her work and just sexy Sarah. I could barely stand it, you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
sexy
wow.
Sarah.
Did you use that voice too when you told her that, didn't you?
I tried.
Oh my God, you sound so creepy to me right now. Like if I saw you in a bar and did you really refer to her as sexy Sarah to her face too?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, you're smart. You can call her that now.
Thank God.
All right, so you met her at that bar, and let's get to your email about the date you went on because it was very interesting to me. You went to a vinyl party?
Yeah, somebody I know, they throw these parties where everyone shows up and everybody brings one record. And there's kind of like a curator or a handler that kind of picks everybody one by one, and they hand over their record, and then they pick a track off of that record, and then at the end of the song, each person kind of tells, like why that song is special or poignant or sappy or whatever.
So you're a hipster is what you're saying.
I mean, I guess. My jeans aren't large, if that's an indicator.
That actually sounds like a kind of cool party, though, to be honest.
I mean, sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's super awkward. And I guess and therein lies the humor.
Yeah, okay. So do you go to these things a lot?
I've been to a few. I wouldn't say a lot, but yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, so did she have to bring a record herself?
She did, yeah.
And what did she choose? Because that's a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah. She brought a Cyndi Lauper record.
Cool.
All right, and you said that they play a song and then they talk about it. What song was hers?
Worst song in the world.
What?
True Colors.
Dude, I love True Colors. How can you not like True Colors? How are you hating on True Colors?
Horrid. Absolutely horrid.
Oh, man.
Did you tell her that?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good. I was going to say, that might be the reason she's not calling you back. If you're like, God, I'm never bringing you to another vinyl party.
God, at first I thought you were creepy, and now I just think you're a jerk for hating on True Colors.
Did she seem to have a good time at the vinyl party?
Yeah, she's somewhat reserved, but she seemed to like she had a good time, and she talked to some people that I know and hung around a little bit, and we hung out for hours. It seemed seemed relaxed and casual, and she wasn't like dancing on the tables or anything, but she had fun.
Did she judge you as harshly about your pick for your song? Is that maybe what happened?
I'm not sure.
What did you bring?
Rick James, Super Freak.
Super Freak. Hey, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Nobody could hate on that.
Yeah, but that's tacky on a first date, man.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. Come on. You're killing me. You're destroying me. It's fun.
Super Freak on a first date? I mean, could you be any more obvious of what your message was?
What are you talking about? It's a fun song. It was a huge hit. Yeah. It's a party song. It's a dance song. At the very least, 2 babies were made. At least.
I think so. I think that's actually a fact with that song. Every single time it's played, 2 babies are made. How did the night end?
She said she was calling an Uber, and, I had my car, so, I didn't drink, and I said, no, let me give you a ride home, and, she wasn't having it. She said, she was polite, and said the Uber was around the corner in 2 minutes, and that was that.
All right. So she just left, no kiss, no hug, nothing?
2 pat in the back hug.
Oh,
yeah, that's even worse than no hug, I think.
Yeah,
Here you go, old buddy.
And to call an Uber before you even tell someone that you're calling an Uber means that you're trying to make a real speedy getaway.
Thanks for reminding me, yes.
Yes, it does. So why do you think she's not calling you back?
I don't know. I mean, it went pretty well, I thought. I mean, I really enjoyed her. I mean, I think she's so damn pretty, and I thought I was being courteous. I didn't drink, and I couldn't have been that obnoxious. So I really don't know. I would like to know, but I have no idea.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll play a song. Unfortunately, not on vinyl. It's going to be a digital song. Ugh. And then we'll come back and get your second date update, all right?
All right.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Sean is on the phone, and Sean is a super freak. That's right. He's a super freak. Except the only problem with being a super freak is when you don't have somebody to super freak with. So Sean's been home alone in his house, super freaking by himself. Which can be fun, but it's way better with a partner. And the girl that he wants to be a super freak partner isn't calling him back. Sean took his date, her name is Sarah, to a vinyl party. The idea of the party is you buy a vinyl record and take it there, and then they play a song from that record, and then everybody listens to you explain why you picked that song. That was Sean's song that he picked, Super Freak. I guess she picked True Colors by Cyndi Lauper.
Awesome song.
Anyway, he thought that he had a great date and she had a good time, except she left early, took an Uber when he offered to give her a ride home, and they ended the evening with just a hug and a pat on the back. So seems like she didn't really enjoy the date with Sean, and we're going to get her on the phone right now and find out if that's true.
Now, Sean, I was a little hard on you in the first part of this.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, I was. But I'm going to give you a chance. Why should Sarah go out with you again?
You should be prepared with that answer. So we're going to do the heavy lifting at the first part when we talk to her and find out if something went wrong and everything else. But eventually that's going to come up in the conversation, Sean. And that's what I want you to be thinking about while we talk to her, okay?
You want to feed me something? I'm drawing a blank there.
Right, Sean.
Tell her that you liked her a lot and you really want to date her and you thought she was a magnificent person. And that should be good, I think.
Put the focus on her. Okay, got it.
If there's nothing you can really draw from yourself, just put it on her, okay?
All right.
All right.
These are two genius man minds at work right now.
Here we go. So I'm going to call her right now, okay?
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Sarah, please?
This is she.
Hey, Sarah, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, what are you calling from?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
You're not familiar with it at all?
No, I don't listen to the radio. Why are you calling?
Well, I'm calling because you recently went on a date with somebody who does listen to the show.
Okay.
And his name is Sean.
Okay.
Okay. And Sean emailed us about you and said that he really had a good time, but he's wondering why you're not answering his phone calls or text messages.
That's weird.
I agree. It is kind of weird.
I don't really know what you want to know. I guess we just weren't a fit.
You weren't a fit.
Yeah, he's super cute guy, very nice, very charming, engaged in conversation, and just sometimes in life the timing's off.
I don't really believe you on that one because you called an Uber before you even told him you were going to call an Uber. Like that usually indicates something else was going on.
What? How do you know that?
Because he told us.
He told you a lot about our date then.
Yeah, he did. He told us all about it.
I mean, the reason why I called the Uber is there was some stuff that was going on, and I didn't really want to talk with him about it, and I just kind of wanted to excuse myself from the situation, and I just thought that, well, that's what was best.
You mean like stuff at the party going on that you didn't like?
It's a little more complicated than that.
Okay.
Do you mind telling us what it is so we can at least let him know? Because he liked you a lot.
So Sean and I had our date set up, and earlier in the day, I had received a text message from my ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
I didn't respond to it. I just kind of let it go by the wayside and wanted to enjoy my time with Sean and getting to know him. And so my favorite song, did he tell you what it was?
He told us.
Cyndi Lauper, True Colors?
Yeah,
he
good
told us.
choice, girl.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I've got your back on that one.
Yeah, he told us that you the record that you chose to bring was Cyndi Lauper, and the song that you wanted was True Colors. He told us that.
To me, me, it's just a really great song. It's just, kind of a female anthem of support and really just going after what's important to you in your life. And I'm kind of getting emotional talking about it right now, but it just brought up a lot of emotions, and it made me really kind of think about where I'm at in my life and where I want to go. And my ex just, sent me this lovely text message, and I felt like it was a sign that we were supposed to be together. And, I got a little emotional, so I excused myself. I went to the restroom. I kind of gathered things together, and that's when I took a deep breath and was like, I don't feel comfortable being here, because it was kind of a weird emotional state. So I called the Uber, and that's kind of when I left. So nothing against Sean. He was very nice, but he's just not the person I'm supposed to be with.
So are you back with your ex?
I am. Yeah, we're back together.
What? Like that?
Oh, wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, that is a powerful song. I have cried many times to it. I haven't run back to any man's arms yet, but I could see how that could happen for you.
Yeah, it was just the confirmation from that song and getting back to my ex. It was just so strong. I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't sweep it under the rug, and I have Sean really to thank for that. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Sean did a nice thing and reminded you of your ex-boyfriend, so now you could go back and be in that relationship and be happy, I guess.
Man.
If you guys do talk to him, if you could pass that along, that would be great, because I do appreciate what meeting him has brought to my life.
Sure. Well, actually, you can thank him yourself, because he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's on the other line and wants to say hi to you.
He's been listening to this whole thing?
Yep. Sean, are you still there?
Hi. So happy I could rekindle your love.
Look, I am so sorry for not returning your phone call and your text messages. I thought it was inappropriate. I didn't really know how to tell you. But thank you, honestly. Thank you.
That's the worst thank you
I know
ever.
it's probably not what you want to hear from a girl that you went out on a date with, getting back together with her ex. But had I not had that opportunity to meet you and really kind of had that opportunity to bring a record to this really cool, interesting party that you invited me to, I wouldn't have gotten to the place, to be comfortable and confident in moving back into a relationship with my ex. And we're in a really good place right now.
Of course.
Sean, you should be really happy for her.
Right?
Yeah, I'm super happy. You gotta be kidding me.
God, I bet you love Cyndi Lauper True Colors more than ever before right now, Sean.
I've hated that song so much, and I just have like a new level of dislike for that song.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, really.
The party, you told me that you really liked it.
Yeah, well, I was lying through my teeth because I really like you. I mean, not to be cheesy, but, I thought we had something. I thought we had a nice time, and, I thought we'd see where it goes. And I was a little bit butthurt you didn't return my text.
Sean, we did. We had a great time, and I don't know any other way to say it, but you're not my guy. You are a great guy.
Hey, thanks. I understand, but just, in the future, you could just return a text,
Hey, I think it was pretty nice of her to say that she had a good time since she spent half the date crying by herself in the bathroom.
Yeah, I have that effect sometimes,
Oh, no.
There you go, Sean. Hey, at least you can take solace in knowing that Sarah is happy.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I never should have taken her to that damn party.
Yeah, if you wouldn't have done that, she might not have realized that she wanted to be back with her ex.
It was meant to be. I mean, it was going to happen eventually, and it kind of worked out in this lovely story the universe wanted to write for us.
Well, Sarah, the universe wants me to ask you if you'll go out with Sean on a second date. We will pay for it. Do you want to go out with Sean again?
She's not even single.
No, thank you.
That'd be the most shocking yes we ever got on a second date update.
For sure.
So you're sure about that? That's a no?
No, but I have some single girlfriends that I think might be a good fit for him.
Oh, nice. Sean, are you interested in going out with one of Sarah's friends?
Absolutely. You are talking to the OG super freak. When do we start?
Oh, yay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to set you up. I've got a ton of girlfriends. You met some of them at the bar, but I'll definitely get you guys in contact.
All right, well, there you go, Sean. It's kind of a successful second date update for you.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sarah, just make sure that any girl you set him up with has an ex-boyfriend that she's been thinking about a lot.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Very good point on the text messages. It says that guy couldn't be a real hipster. A real hipster wouldn't listen to your show. I realized that.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you missed the second date update, that was recorded when Brooke was still here. Jackie is filling in for Brooke. Brooke is out on maternity leave. And Sean wanted to call Sarah. Sean, kind of a hipstery guy, at least he says so, but he listens to this show, so he can't be too much of a hipster. He took her to a vinyl party where everybody listens to records. And then they talk about the songs that they chose for the evening. He chose Super Freak. She chose True Colors. Anyway, she wasn't calling him back because the song reminded her of her ex. And then she called her ex and got back together with her ex and didn't want to go out with him again.
Wow.
And
Just backfired.
yeah, well, it didn't really backfire too much because she said that he was a nice guy and she's willing to hook him up with some friends. So he was into that. So
That's true.
kind of a successful second date update.
Worked out for everyone for once.
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today thinks he's not getting a call back because of what he chose to eat for dinner.
What?
And let me tell you, when you guys hear what he ate for dinner, you're going to agree because it's crazy.
What are you talking
I can't
about?
believe that he would actually do this on a date. It's nuts. Out of control, I think,
oh my gosh.
actually.
I think it's going to blow my mind here in a second.
His name is Kyle. Kyle, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I don't think what I ate on the date was that crazy.
Hey.
But
Before we get into your crazy dinner choice, I first want to know how you met the girl that you went out with.
so I met this girl named Lena at the local bar that I go to. And
Okay.
I was sitting down at the end of the bar, and there was this table. There were like three girls there. And I was actually kind of trying to make eyes at one of Lena's friends. But as I walked over, like Lena thought that I had been making eyes at her. And she was really cute. But when I walked up to the table, she looked at me and goes, "Go ahead, give me your cheesy pickup line."
Are you
Oh, really?
serious? I mean, were you excited about that? Or were you like awkward? How do I let her know that I'm actually trying to hit on her friend?
I actually really kind of liked that she just immediately kind of punched me in the nose. Like, I like that kind of challenges and doesn't just, that tells you there's something special about them.
That should have been your cheesy pickup line. You should have been like, actually, I was wondering if your friend is single. So you walked over there to talk to one of her friends, and she talked to you first, and then you were, I mean, I guess not stuck talking to her because you seem like you like her enough to do a second date update, but you just had to switch your game up and start talking to her.
I just had to switch it up just a little bit. And, my pickup line was, huh? I mean, that was my response.
So,
Yeah, really smooth.
did you guys end up going out or did you just hang out that night?
We had one drink together, and she was just really cool. I had to go. I was meeting my parents for dinner, and so I gave her my number, and she actually called me.
Okay. Wow. I like this girl. She's really forward.
Yeah, it's
You know?
awesome.
She was really cool, and I mean, dinner was awesome. I picked her up for dinner, took her out, nice restaurant. I wanted to, impress her. I really, thought there could potentially be something there. And
let's talk about the dinner for a second because your email said that you think the item that you chose to eat might be scaring her off. And after reading your email, I've got to say I agree wholeheartedly, you madman.
What did you order? This is killing me because I can't imagine ever not calling a guy over what he ate.
I just ordered a salad.
That's what I'm talking about.
But wait, like a dinner salad or like a side salad or like a meal salad? It doesn't matter. There's a big difference.
It doesn't
There is.
really matter. The point is, Kyle, why do you think ordering a salad is not getting you a call back?
Well, I mean, some girls that I've been on dates with have seemed offended that at dinner I only ordered like a small salad.
Really?
I mean, I tell them they can eat whatever they want, but I'm only going to order a small salad. And sometimes in the past, girls have seemed offended by it.
I could see, I could honestly see, I would feel like you were judging me for what I was eating, especially if you added the line, you can eat whatever you want, but I am diet conscious and
Okay.
I am going to order a salad.
I could see that.
I mean, it sounds kind of pretentious almost.
but like I really don't care what they eat. I try to treat my body well, and so I mean that's
Okay, see now you are sounding pretentious. Like, yeah, you can go ahead and order some sort of fried something. I don't put anything like that in my body. Is that the way you posed it to her?
No, that's not the way that. I mean, like when I told her, she seemed surprised but not put out. So I can't imagine that that's the way it came out of my mouth.
But couldn't you? I mean, if this honestly has been a problem for you in the past, can't you just make an exception for one date night to maybe get crazy chicken or something?
No, like I only eat salads for dinner. That is all that I eat.
Why?
My body is a temple. I work incredibly hard to make sure that I stay in good shape. I feed myself well. I take vitamins. I exercise. I want to make sure that my body is in the best possible shape.
Hearing you say this, did you harp on that the whole time?
No, I mean, like we talked about her dog. We talked about my family. I mean, we had it. She seemed a little surprised, not put out, like I said. And then from there, conversation went very well.
Can I ask, I think it's important to know, what did she order for dinner if you only had a little tiny salad?
She ordered a steak.
Okay, so maybe she wasn't put out by it. Maybe she didn't care what you ate at all.
When the steak came out, like I even like to reinforce that it was an okay decision. I said, "Good for you." I really didn't care what she ordered. I told her, I was like, "That steak looks really hearty."
Really?
No,
that's a hefty meal you got there, lady. Good work.
That's like when my dad growing up would tell me I'm good German working stock and I was built to carry heavy things. You know, they're just not things that you want to hear.
So how did she react after you told her that her meal was hearty?
She dug in immediately and cleaned her plate.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like the food thing bothered her that much, but that's
either that or she was doing it out of spite.
Guys, I don't think it was contentious like you're kind of making it out to be. I mean, she got to eat what she wanted. I got to eat what I wanted.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Did you guys kiss at the end of the night?
So at the end of the night, drove her home, and I'd been working up the courage all night to kiss her, and she looked at me. We made eye contact, and I leaned in to kiss her, and she turned her head and gave me a hug, and I ended up like almost kissing her ear.
Oh, no.
I think it was just a miscommunication. I mean, it was a little awkward, but I mean, it was the first date. I understand. I did think that I would get a kiss. It had gone well, but called her. I've sent her text, and I was looking to you guys for some help.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right, man. Hold on.
Hello. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, I'll do something I don't normally do at the beginning of these. I'll go ahead and act out the first date that this guy went on. Yeah. Kyle is on the phone with us, and he wants us to call a girl named Lena today. I'll go ahead and act out their first date. They were sitting there at the table, and here's what happened. The waiter came up and asked what they would have to eat. And Kyle said, I'll just have a little salad. Can I have a tiny little salad and maybe just some low-cal dressing on the side? I might just dip my fork in it so there's a little bit of dressing on just each bite, but I'm not going to have too much dressing. And my sweet love, Lena, over there, what would you like? And Lena was like, I'll have a steak. I want a big steak and make it as rare as possible, please. I want to hear that thing moo on my plate because I like steak.
It's like...
Kyle, would you say that's a good representation of your date?
It's a funny representation.
Oh,
but
okay.
that's nowhere near what happened.
I'm surprised you didn't say uncanny.
Kyle is on the phone. He wants to call Lena. He thinks the reason she's not calling him back is because he only had a salad on their date and she ate a steak. And at one point he said to her, hey, don't worry about eating that steak. That's a hearty little meal you got there.
So bad.
Which could be taken the wrong way. But he said the date was good. It ended with an awkward moment where he tried to give her a kiss and she gave him a hug. And she hasn't talked to him ever since. Kyle, we're about to call her. Any last words?
I would just like the chance to explain it and see if she'd be willing to go out on another date. Maybe I could take her out. I mean, I could have tea. She could have coffee or whatever she wants.
I'll have a coffee and a steak. I'm a hard-eating lady.
I feel like you should just skip any food dates from now on. Like, go for a hike or something.
I hope when she picks up, that's literally what she sounds like. Hello?
This is Lena. All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go, Kyle.
You guys are really funny.
Yeah, all right. Here we go, man.
Hello?
Hi, I was trying to get a hold of Lena.
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Lena, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay. Why are you calling me?
Well, I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners, and he actually emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone.
Wait, you're a radio station?
Yes.
You work for a radio station?
No, I am the radio station.
You are the radio station.
Yes. We do a
Are you being
segment.
serious?
Yeah, I am. We do a segment on our show. It's called The Second Date Update. Kyle told us that he went on a date with you, and he would love to see you again, except you're not answering any of his phone calls or text messages.
Okay.
So he asked us if we could get you on the phone and find out if something went wrong.
It's like a real thing. Like people call in. And
Yeah.
Like,
It sounds dumb.
It's
It
very
happens.
real.
It happens all the
you're
time.
really a radio station. This is like a real thing.
I promise. I'm just calling on behalf of Kyle. He wants to know what happened.
Yeah, he's nice. Yeah,
Okay.
What a rave review.
Sounds like you're dodging the question quite a bit there.
I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know. What did he tell you?
He told us that he met you at a bar and you guys went out for dinner. He said that he thinks you're not calling him back because he only ate a salad on your date. I thought that was stupid, but
Oh, that's really endearing, actually.
Was he condescending to you about, like, you eating your steak, your hearty choice?
He told you I ordered a steak?
Yeah.
yeah, he did.
This is really detailed. This is kind of intimate. Were you guys like?
Well, we
on the
talked to
date
him.
with us?
We talked to him for a
We had
while.
secret cameras set up.
And he said he thinks the reason you're not calling him back is because he ordered a salad and you ate a steak, and you might have thought that that was kind of weird and judgy of him.
I had high hopes for this one. You know, we met at the bar, and he was a perfect gentleman and seemed really sweet, and we got along great. He seemed totally normal.
He seemed, which means he wasn't totally normal.
Yeah, it's always the ones that seem normal that are the weirdos. I don't know if that's...
So what did he do that was so weird?
He just did something, like, throughout the whole night, actually, that was just totally grossed me out, to be honest.
He did
What
something
was
that
it?
was nasty?
Yeah, it was nasty, like, beyond gross. It totally disgusted me.
What was he doing?
This happened, like, 3 or 4 times, but throughout dinner, the whole evening, he would just casually, still gives me chills thinking about it. He would just, like, casually take out his car keys and dig around in his ear and pull out, like, a wad of earwax.
Shut up! Did you just say what I think you said? That is so gross.
He did that, like, 3 or 4 times, and I'm just sitting across from him, like, he didn't even flinch, like not even, like, batted an eye that was unusual. It
Was he just
so weird?
talking to you the whole time while he's cleaning out his ears?
Like, casual, like, just, like, continuing conversation, like nothing was wrong or weird or strange about the fact that he was, like, rooting around in his ear for, like, some magical nug of earwax. It was
How did you not say anything to him? I mean, like, I could see, like, maybe 1 or 2 times and you're shocked, but by the 3rd time, that is so gross.
I think I was just dumbfounded, and, like, the kicker, the whole thing, like, the last time he did it, he actually sniffed the key before he put it back in his pocket.
Oh, man.
That was it for me. That was the end.
How'd you even finish your meal? I would have been grossed out and not have been able to eat anything.
I think I just kept looking at the ground and at the table, just hoping that it would go away. But when I looked up, he's still doing it. He's still digging around in there.
Oh my god!
Is that why you totally dodged his kiss at the end?
Oh, he told you that too. Oh my god.
Yeah, he did.
Jeez, man. Do we have any privacy? Yeah, I mean, at that point, I was like, all right, let's just get through this. I'm like. My thought, I just kept thinking, like, if that's what you do on a date during dinner, like, what else do you do in private? Or, like, what else do you do in general? Like, I don't know. My mind just kind of kept revolving around, like, other gross things you could be doing.
That is disgusting.
I'm so
sorry
grossed
you
out
had to see that.
Oh, I'm grossed out
Yeah,
listening
me
to
too.
it.
Hey, Lena, I'm not actually sure if he can hear because it sounds like he's got a lot of wax in his ears, but Kyle is actually on the other line listening to this conversation.
The what?
Yeah.
So, wait, let me get this straight. Your complaint, your big problem with the date is that I was cleaning wax out of my ears?
Oh, so gross.
It's not that you were just cleaning earwax out of your ear. It's that you were doing it with a key at the dinner table while we were having dinner, like repeatedly.
First off, I didn't realize that I was doing it, but there's nothing disgusting about freeing your body of toxins. There's nothing weird about making sure that you don't have wax buildup in your ears. I'm always dealing with that. I'm always working to get the toxins out of my body. I'm trying to keep myself healthy. And earwax is unhealthy for you. It's a toxin. And, normally I try to, get my ears rinsed out on a regular basis. But that day I was busy. I was running late. And I didn't realize it was that noticeable.
I don't even, I don't know what to say. It was so gross and it was so noticeable. Like, I'm surprised that I made it through dinner.
It's a bad habit, but I'm sure you have bad habits, and I don't judge you because you ate with your mouth open.
Excuse me? I was not eating with my mouth open. I wasn't raised in a barn like you that, believes that you can just pick your earwax out of the dinner table. Like, that is so different from you, like, scraping stuff out of your body and putting it on display at dinner. That is disgusting.
Look, I'm taking toxins out of my body. I had to sit there at dinner and watch you fill your body full of poison. Watch you eat that steak.
God,
do you know how long a steak stays in your intestinal tract?
It does stay for a long time.
Oh my God.
Gosh,
Hey,
what
Kyle,
is your
there's
problem,
a big
Kyle?
difference between pulling out your keys and rooting around in your ear. And then also she said you were smelling it. You don't remember doing that, or do you remember doing that?
I don't remember doing that. Sometimes I do smell the wax to make sure it just smells healthy and not incredibly toxic.
It smells healthy. It smells like wax.
Kyle, what are you talking about? How are you just like really embarrassed right now, and this is some weird defense thing that you're doing? Because...
No, I'm not embarrassed by it. Okay, I didn't realize I was doing it there at the table, but it's something. I'm incredibly health conscious. It's something that I do. I have bad habits. You have bad. We all have bad habits. At least she's finding out on the first date.
No. I don't know what kind of other bad habits you have, but that is a total reason to not go on a second date with someone. Like, that is the epitome of why I would not go on a date with someone. Especially if you think it's like a healthy choice. Like, that's kind of horrifying. Like, what else do you do? Do you like pick your nose to clear your toxins out? And smell that too, or like taste that?
No, obviously you don't take care of yourself. You don't take
Really?
care of yourself.
I don't taking around and
eating meat.
your wax out is taking care of yourself and eating a salad whatever.
I keep my body clean. I keep my body free of toxins, and I will not apologize for that.
Man, well, you're going to keep your life free of women after this. Like, no one's dated that like that.
Well,
that's a good point.
I think this is a good time to ask, Lena, would you like to go out with Kyle again on a second date? It sounds like you two have hit it off and have some common ground here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, hell no.
I will if you guys go out on a second date, I will go with you, and I will clean his ear out the whole time, so he doesn't have to do it.
I don't know if I can watch that.
You couldn't pay me to go on a second date with her at this point.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, Kyle, at least you know why she wasn't calling you back now.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for saving me from this nightmare. I'm thrilled that I won't be going on a second date with Lena.
Yeah, there's a lot of other ladies out there who love earwax, dude. Don't worry about it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.